1 minute. If anybody comes running up and wants to speak, y'all just usher them on up here, okay? Oh, I thought somebody's coming around the corner. Are we live? Are we ready to go? Okay, notice is hereby given pursuant to the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551, that the city of Smithville will conduct a special call council meeting on July 28th, 2026 at 6 p.m. in the council chambers of City Hall, 317 Main Street, Smithville, Texas. I call this meeting to order. Oh, cut everything off here. The first item that we will have is citizen comments.
Okay, the first person I have is Sarah Deli.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, it's not on? Thank you. So good evening, everybody. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. My name is Sarah Ciraldi. I'm a resident of Smithville at 506 Main. I also serve as district director for State Representative Stan Gerdes. Representative Gerdes was unable to attend this tonight and asked for me to share a few brief comments with you as you break from the public forum and into the executive session to consider the appointment of a new interim city manager. First, Representative Gerdes remains fully engaged on the city's budget process, just as he has been in years past. Our office will continue to work closely on the fiscal matters relating to Smithville residents. Second, the appointment that you discussed tonight and the individual you ultimately choose will play a critical role in one of the council's most important responsibilities. That's developing and implementing the city's budget. Representative Gerdes recognizes that the city manager serves at the direction of this council. And as the city's chief administrative officer, that individual develops the annual budget, evaluates department resources, identifies efficiencies, and provides this council with information necessary to make responsible financial decisions. And just as a note, as Texas prepares for the next budget cycle, state leadership has already directed every state agency to identify a 3% reduction in each of their budgets. Now, the state and the city have different budgets, but the principle of stewardship remains the same. Fiscal responsibility begins with leadership. It requires somebody willing to objectively evaluate operations, ask tough questions, distinguish between needs and wants, and provide honest recommendations to this council. The person you appoint must be prepared to take full ownership of the city's budget, identify opportunities to reduce spending, make difficult recommendations when necessary, and provide this council with objective financial leadership. The interim city manager will be held accountable for the recommendations brought to our elected officials, for the budget they build, and for explaining their decisions to the taxpayers of Smithville. Representative Gerdes looks forward to a constructive working relationship with the interim city manager and with this council as you navigate the upcoming budget cycle. Thank you.
Hey, thank you for taking your time. Thank you for coming to deliver that. Thank you. Next. She has an order. You have to wait for your name to be called.
Mitch Jameson.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I'm Mitchell Jameson, former City Council member, live over on Ramona Street. I'm just going to read the email that I sent to all of you late this afternoon. I apologize for the tardiness. I'm so tickled to death that you're allowing us to speak. I did not time this, Mayor, so if you would indulge me, I have no idea how long it's going to take. Thank you. I tend to be wordy. So the email it says, and please take it in the light that it's written. Mayor and Council, I'm writing to you all as a citizen, but using my city email due to the ease of obtaining your addresses. I request confirmation that this email will be included in the minutes and record of tonight's meeting. First, I empathize with the challenges you are facing, as I've been in them with all of you except Winnie and Danya. And this is a baptism by fire, and you're in the frying pan right now. We as citizens are in the dark regarding the purpose and process of tonight's meeting, unfortunately due to a lack of transparency, which all elected officials on this email campaigned on in our last elections. Some of you complained about the number of special meetings, executive sessions, and legal fees, yet you find yourself continuing the pattern. Nothing has changed and nothing has been said or explained as a follow-up to the campaign promises. Were you misled, or have you realized the reality of the need? I'm writing based on assumptions and experiences. I have nothing else to go by. I am assuming you are appointing an interim city manager tonight, yet no applications have been requested. We don't know who any applicant might be other than Brandon's public announcement. Rumors indicate that Jennifer is interested or applied, but she has yet to confirm or deny. The interim city manager will immediately be responsible for the budget process, and you are effectively out of time. This fact, combined with the apparent pending approval of $4 million certificate of obligation Thursday night, tells me a budget has been prepared. That includes no efficiency audits or zero-based budgeting, both of which were directions given by the prior council and as SMART goals given to the recently departed city manager. Perhaps the lack of progress on these initiatives were a part of his resignation, but I don't know. But there is a perception that you are operating in an environment of chaos, confusion, and infighting that lacks transparent leadership or communication. And our citizens are watching intently and are not happy. What I do know is that the advantage of using a COO is that it circumvents voter approval. I also assume you will be raising property taxes in conjunction with the COO. I can only hope that you are able to effectuate the revenue from sludge processing as an offset to borrowing more money. At least that's the way I would advocate it to the taxpayers. If the interim city manager doesn't get this right, he or she will become a scapegoat. Brandon would have a hard time running for council again, and Jennifer could potentially be out of career. This risk does not make sense to me. I'm hurrying. In addition to approving a budget with the additional burden to the taxpayer, the interim city manager is faced with impact fees, which is revenue generation, land use, capital improvement plan, zoning ordinance review that supports the land use plan, subdivision ordinance review, 380 program scrutiny, answering questions about internal processes that didn't follow up and confirm annexation of the Prairie subdivision, resulting in no city property taxes being collected on the homes that were purchased, etc. The interim city manager will also be faced with negotiations with developers and businesses wanting to invest in Smithville in the industrial park, the 38-acre tract project south of the airport, and the land west of the airport with a proposed hangar community with the ability for those residents to drive their plane from their house to the runway. This is a tough and challenging road ahead. This job is responsible for a $16 million budget and over 80 employees. Interim or not, you need experience as a leader, negotiator, and public speaker. I hope these examples magnify the importance of making the right choice for the position. You need experience in all the areas above to help you over the course of what I hope to be an exhaustive executive search for the next long-term city manager. Hopefully, you can learn from the mistakes we made the last time. This shouldn't be a popularity contest or a consideration of a potential vacancy created on the council. We'll find someone to fill that if necessary. My understanding is that you have up to 120 days. Please make this a serious consideration about choosing a person that can help you take on and lead as you tackle the challenges ahead. So the gist of this is this last paragraph, which has been answered because I'm standing here. Back to tonight's meeting and process. Will you be in executive session or come out to the public? Will you allow citizen comments? Yes, and thank you. As this is not noted in the agenda, what has been the process to identify potential candidates? Have you interviewed them? Have you conducted background checks to identify any potential pitfalls such as nepotism or conflict of interest due to familial commonality that would violate the ethics principle of avoiding the appearance of a conflict of interest? The lack of transparency begs these questions, all of which you, Madam Mayor, would be able to answer as a statement of fact. I can only hope that you consider this email in the light as it is intended. This is not an indictment of individuals, but the process. Thank you.
Yes, Mitch had sent the email and he had asked for it to be written. that he had called that he was on his way. So since he had already sent the email, I just let him finish reading it simply for the fact that he had sent it to us. Thank you. Who's next?
Next, I have Kristen Merriweather.
Hi, Kristen. Welcome.
Hello. I spent a lot of time thinking about whether or not I would come up here and speak. I'm the press. I'm covering whatever's going to come out of here. And generally speaking, you're not supposed to be issuing comments and having opinions. I think for me, I don't care who's sitting in this chair. Whoever's sitting in here, just like whoever was sitting in these chairs, I'm going to cover you guys either way. I think for me, the number one, the reason I ended up coming up here is the challenges that I'm facing with with covering this community. I've now gone through with 2 different administrations, and we're headed into a third. And I kind of was looking at whether or not do I speak up now before the decision is made. This is my one and only opportunity. And despite the ethical grayness, I decided to do it. I'm going to advocate for myself and my company and quite frankly, the people that read this, which is a lot of people now. Communications is the biggest thing. It's a very big issue. I've talked about it with you guys when we did our podcasts for the election, and I've talked individually with pretty much everybody on the dais regarding this. No matter, there is no communication strategy. There haven't been with 2 administrations. The strategy is ignore it and it will go away. I think I've proven to you guys that's not going to be a good strategy. That is not a working strategy. So whoever is stepping into this role, whoever you choose, I implore you to please, as you're interviewing these people, whoever they are, I only know one person publicly, that needs to be a part of what you guys are talking about. What is your strategy for dealing with the press? And not just me, using the tool that I have created to be able to communicate with the public, which is, what you guys are doing. And not just the bad stuff, guys. There's awesome stuff that happens in this community and that out of this building. Great city employees doing awesome things. There was the animal control officer rescued a squirrel last week. It was awesome. I was super excited. Like, these are stories that can get out. And without a strategy, you guys are reacting to me right now. And I'm just going to be really honest. It's not, you guys are not coming out looking good because you're reacting. So whoever you choose, I don't care. But I'm going to ask that you please make communications with myself as well as the public a core thing that you're looking for. So thank you.
Thank you.
Next, I have John Schindler.
Hello, Mr. Schindler. You got caught up in a boxing match?
Y'all quit booing the entrance of this room every time I come.
Oh,
I remember where I was at and wasn't running to the side of it and break my door open, okay? So I don't know what y'all got against me, but oh well. And I hardly know where to begin. So I'm just going to begin with what I normally say. I don't think we need a new city manager. I think the last one pretty much showed that you can do nothing and still run the town. Somebody mentioned earlier, I think Kristen did, that we have a bunch of great employees here. We really do. We have a bunch of great employees here, and they do all the work. The city manager doesn't necessarily come in and do a whole heck of a lot, but put things together. So that would save us $200,000 a year, and I'm wondering maybe if it would save us more than that. Oh, by the way, did we get our money back from the guy who put the last one in? I don't know, was it $50,000? Did we get a second one free of charge? Half our money back and the second one free of charge? That would be a great thing to find out. But 3% budget reduction, guys, I think is only the beginning. I think you're going to have to look at a whole lot more than that with what's coming up in this world here. That's just my opinion. And I do a lot of reading, a lot of studying, and I think we're in for a world of hurt. I think we need to save money wherever we can. I ran a company, maximum we have is 39 people, manufacturing. And it is not that hard to put together a budget and run a company. And that's what the city manager is doing here, but we don't need to be paying a whole heck of a lot of money. I wish you guys would sit down and look at somebody, maybe the employees that are already here, hire from within. who are doing the job anyway. So that's really all I got to say on this, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next, I have Tom Hancock. Yep.
I'm Tom Hancock, and my great-great-grandfather rode in this country back in 1823. And we've been here for a long while. My great concern with Smithville is the water quality at this time. When I was a little boy growing up here, we had 10 men out here and we had a well right there. And that was the best water you could ever drink in your life back in them days. That well is still there, but it's plugged off and it's running off into the Colorado River. The infrastructure of this town, because of petty jealousies and so forth, has been quite well with the production of this outfit that's putting in the what do they call that stuff? The fiber optics. We've been digging up lots of water lines and nobody knows where it's all at. In this town, I thoroughly believe that we need our own city engineer, our own engineering department. And if we have that, things will run a lot smoother here in this town. I understand there's lots of controversy going around about how we go about doing this. And I'm here to tell you right now that I'm in the market to be the city manager of this town. I can do the job. I've had experience with lots of tough stuff. And if you don't give me the job, I'll take one of them seats up there. I'm happy to do it. We'll see you. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Send us your resume. Thank you. All right, who we have next?
That's all I have.
Did anybody come in during the time frame and would like to speak? Anybody want to make a statement up here? Okay. The city council will hold an executive session pursuant to Open Meetings Act, Chapter 501, Government in accordance with the authority contained in Section 551074 to discuss personnel. City manager. We'll be right back. Hold on. All right, call this meeting back to order at 6:30. Discussion and action as a result of the executive meeting. I truly appreciate all the calls, the people that have reached out. Everyone has come to speak tonight, and you are right. We were under the impression when Jeremy Fraser resigned on July 22nd that for whatever reason, we were under the deadlines that we had to post this, we had to have an emergency meeting, we had to do all these things. Well, we stopped and we paused and we listened and we spoke, and all the lawyer said, I will remain as a day-to-day operations. We as a council are going to instruct the city secretary to post interim city manager tomorrow on the website, all the places. We look for everyone that has reached out, who has sent applications at 5. We want to look at your applications and we want to do the right thing. We have budget. We have so many things going on in this city. We have impact fees. We have grants that we have to work on. We have wastewater. We have meters. The plates are full here, but we have great city employees. We have great leaders in place running the day by day. And we're not going to spend any money. No one needs to be doing anything. At this point, we need to post the interim, have people reach out to us. We need to look at the applications. We're going to go back and look at our application that we put together for a city manager, and we're going to change some things on that. Please send them to me. We're only as smart as the people we serve, and we truly are here to serve you. There are no doors open. There are no roadblocks, and we are all going to work together. And we up here are working together, and I appreciate every one of you. So as we go forward, there's no action tonight. We're going to post this position. We're going to post the city manager, and we have other things that we need to deal with, and we are going to do it one at a time as a family, as the city of Smithville. Any questions? Huh? We're looking not to rush to review the application on the August 12th agenda to give us time to hear from you. So August 12th, we will make a decision. We will hear from you. We're going to look at all this. Oh, I don't even know what day I'm. At the next city council meeting in August, we will regular schedule. It takes a team, people. I promise you, it takes a team. So the next regular scheduled city council meeting in August, we will have more information to make the right decisions. No rushing. Anything else? Okay, we're adjourned.
Thank you, Council.